What's up, what's up, what's up? Wake Up Wednesday with OG Grip on Only Game, where it's only game all the time. Click that like, subscribe, and that bing. Make sure you stay tuned with everything we got coming up. Wake Up Wednesdays. Got some game for y'all. Come on back.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is. You know what it is. I can teach you how to stack a honey early in the morning. Money. Them niggas talking shit ain't got nothing.
So if y'all know anything about the show, you know it's Wake Up Wednesdays. And what we do is motivate. Give you guys a bunch of different games that you got that hopefully will help you get to where you're headed and where you're trying to go. And get you away from where you at if it's not a place that you want to be in. So let's get right into it. You know what I mean? I want to give y'all some keys to success today. I also want to make sure that you get a little bit of game of some obstacles or pitfalls to avoid through your journey. Things that hopefully will help you recognize certain things within yourself or within your surrounding. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to start off first with things to avoid. So, pitfall to avoid number one, self-sabotage. What is self-sabotage? You doing things that are not benefiting you on your journey or things that aren't going to help you progress in your journey. Things that you're saying about yourself, things that you're allowing yourself to do that you know are not things that are going to be beneficial to you throughout your journey. That is self-sabotage. You know, constantly telling yourself you suck. That's one way, you know, of self-sabotaging yourself. There's going to be, most of the things that I mentioned through this segment are technically forms of self-sabotage. So self-sabotage goes, it covers a wide array of different topics or subject matters or actions. So I say that just so you keep it in mind that a lot of the things that I'm going to say throughout this segment are also considered self-sabotage. So I don't want to go too deep into that because it's such a broad statement, right? Self-sabotage is basically meaning you're the thing that's holding you back. You know, this segment is really about getting out of your own way. So with that being said, you got to not worry about, but you got to watch the things that you say about yourself. You know what I mean? Standing in the mirror, you hear about people in movies and they're standing in the mirror, or you see these movies and people are standing there and they're just looking in the mirror and they're saying whatever affirmation that they're saying to themselves to increase their belief in themselves or to feel good before they enter this world, because we all know, especially if you deal with children, that the world is harsh. People are just as harsh as kids when they get older. It's just they're more devious about how they come across with it. But the world is harsh. So standing in the mirror and telling yourself all the time, you know, I'm worthy, I'm great, I'm loved, I love, I'm confident, I'm punctual, all these type of things, repeating it to yourself and putting it in the ether, your body and your energy around you automatically will bring those type of things, those type of energies and lights into your life. So I think it's very important to not self-sabotage by saying ill things about yourself, no matter how minute you think they might be in a regular conversation with your spouse or a friend, you know, constantly downplaying yourself or saying, oh, nobody's gonna listen to me anyway, or even those type of little small things are also considered self-sabotage. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of that, and always speak highly of yourself, and always want the most for yourself and strive to get the best out of yourself. No self-sabotage. I almost put up 3, but it's number 2. Procrastination. I've been a victim of procrastination quite a bit in my life, especially earlier on. And I think it's something that people do unconsciously. You know what procrastination is, right? Constantly putting things off, things that you could do right now. A friend of mine had a saying. He said, if it's something that you can do in 2 minutes, do it now. You know, the people will look at something fall on the floor, and as opposed to picking it up right then and there, they'll say, oh, I'm gonna get it in a second. That's procrastination. That's one of the 7 deadly sins. I don't know if it's only 7, but it's one of the 7 deadly sins in my book, as far as with things that could hinder your journey or slow you up. when you have things that you could do that you know would help better your situation, no matter how small they are, those are the things that you need to be doing, and you need to be doing them now. Time is the one gift that we have on this earth that we don't know how much of we have, right? At any moment, it can be over with. So putting off things, whether it's in regards to your family, your kids, traveling, enjoying life, eating, whatever it is your pleasures are or responsibilities are, putting things off, it's only in very few cases works in your benefit, right? Most times, it's best to do whatever it is you're thinking about in that moment. Because just like you're thinking about it, once that thought is created, it goes out into the ether. Once it hits the ether, that means anyone can grab onto it. You know, and if somebody is in that same energy space as you, that means that thought could go past them, and they might be the one that reach out and grabs it, and makes whatever happen that you thought about, makes it happen right then and there. And then you're sitting there watching them do it, like, man, I thought about that like 4 months ago. When all it would have taken was for you to write that goal down and start taking steps or actions towards that goal, as opposed to saying, oh, I'm gonna do it later, or, you know, nobody's gonna think about that just yet. So procrastination, is one of the most hurtful things that you could do to yourself. Again, no matter how small the situation is, whether it comes down to your family, your friends, yourself, even going to the bathroom. Think about that. Procrastinate when you need to go to the bathroom. Think about that. You know you need to go to the bathroom, but you're gonna hop in the car and run to the store real quick, right? You hop in the car, you run to the store, now you damn near pissing on yourself because you're sitting there like, and now it's such an issue, and you put yourself in a space that it was as simple as before I walked out of the house, going to the bathroom and using the bathroom, so that way I can ride and do what I have to do without that thought being on my mind. So issue number 2, or thing to avoid number 2, is procrastination. Right? Pitfall number 3 to avoid. I can put 3 up now. Fear. That should probably be number 1, to keep it real, because that's the first thing that people experience when they think of a new idea, or they get a new epiphany, or it's something that they want to do. And it doesn't always have to be skydiving. It doesn't have to be that extreme to be fearful of it. It's something as simple as, I want to start my own business. I want to quit my job and I want to be an entrepreneur. The fear, I want to move to another state. The fear surrounding those thoughts or those major life changes or actions could be enough to cripple you. So fear probably should be number 1 on the list. And I didn't really do these in a specific order to put importance on it or anything like that. But fear for me is the first thing, in my opinion, that you would experience when making a decision, or especially when it comes to a life change, right? But fear is the thing that, like I said, not only can it be crippling, but it could be the thing that keeps you from ever accomplishing any of your goals, no matter what they are. Imagine being scared to go outside, right? Everything you want in this world, nowadays we got a lot of technology, so things can come to your door, but not everything. You might have to go to the doctor. If you're not in that position, the doctor's not coming to you. You got to go to the doctor. Imagine being afraid to go outside. And there are people like that in the world that won't leave their house because they think they're going to get sucked into the atmosphere, or something's going to fall on them, or the worst things are going to happen. Fear is the devil. Fear is the thing that can literally derail everything that you say that you want. Because being scared to take that step, being scared to bump your head, being scared to fail, all those things are reasons that people never take the step that they need to take in order to become the person that they want to be. You know what I mean? Whether it's, like, again, starting a business, raising a family, getting married, people, women and men, leave women and men at the altar. They go through 5-10 years sometimes of being in a relationship and loving this person, and then getting all the way to the date that they set that they want to get married and make it official, and don't show up because they're scared, because they don't feel like they're ready to be in a relationship all of a sudden. I don't know if I can handle this person forever. You've been with this person forever already, and now you're scared. Like, that's the type of hold that fear can have on you. So that's something that I want you guys all to be very, very, very conscious of, is that you have to be fearless. Fear will keep you from accomplishing a lot. You have to go into life fearlessly, because there's too many things that could stop you. There's too many things that you could use to say, oh my goodness, this could happen, that could happen. If you allow your mind to just do what your mind naturally would do anyway, and that's think and create situations, you would never ever make the moves that you need in order to become the great person that you were put here and intended to be. So, fear. That's number 3. Avoid fear at any cost. Pitfall number 4 to avoid. Lack of faith. That's a big one. I mean, it is what it is. I'm hoping most people understand what lack of faith is. Not believing in yourself, not believing in whatever is pushing you towards your dreams or your hopes. That is a big disruptor on your journey. So you always gotta have the utmost faith. You have to believe in yourself. You know, in the Bible, if you read the Bible, I'm non-denominational. I believe that there's something greater than us. I'll leave that there. But if you read the Bible, it says faith of a mustard seed, right? So this much. Now you can say faith this much, but no one can quantify how much faith this much really is, right? So you got to go out here and basically believe in yourself and sound insane half of the time, because you're going to be the only one. If you have true faith, you'll be the only one that will be able to see and feel what you're seeing and feeling, because that particular objective is yours. It's for you. It's not for the person you're talking to about it. So not having that faith and allowing, I come and I tell you, this is what I want to do in life, right? If you don't see it or feel it or don't even think that I can do it, that's going to be the energy that you put on me. That's going to be the energy or what you're going to be projecting onto me, is your own personal fears, your own personal disbeliefs. Like, how you going to do that? Why would you try that? Boy, you don't rap. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, that's what you're going to be doing. And me, on the other hand, I have to be willing to look at you, hear what you're saying, but look at you and feel like, oh yeah, you just don't know. You know, I have to be able to have that faith and that wherewithal, to know that what I'm seeing and feeling isn't even meant for you. You might never see and feel it until I accomplish it. And that's what happens with most people that do anything in life, right? When they accomplish something, they all got the same story. We all have the same story, you know. Man, I was telling people about this forever, and nobody believed in me, and nobody thought I was gonna do it, and look at me now. And now half of those people are still trying to be my friend and acting like they were there with me on the journey, and there's only like a couple of them that I actually rock with because they actually had true faith in me. You gotta have that type of faith in yourself. You have to have that type of belief in yourself. You have to understand that you are the God of your future. You are in complete control of your life. I mean, complete control. Thoughts are powerful. Words are powerful. You own the keys to this vehicle. It doesn't move if you don't decide to move. You know what I mean? I learned that dealing with my kid. No matter what you tell him, if he ain't ready to move, he ain't gonna move. Right? So you have to have undenying faith. Lack of faith can be something that really, really deters you on your journey. So make sure that no matter what anyone says, no matter what anyone does, no matter if they see your vision or not, you see it, you believe into it, and you water it. You know, make sure make sure you're giving it the proper sunlight, the proper attention, and you're nurturing it the way that you should. Lack of faith, watch out for it. Don't become a victim to it. That's number 4. Let's go to the next one. The last and final pitfall to avoid. Number 5, the company you keep. Show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. We've all heard that before, right? If there's 4 millionaires in the room and you hang with all 4 of them all the time, you'll be the 5th. We've all heard that. It's true. The company you keep 9 times out of 10 will determine who you're gonna be, where you're gonna be, why you're gonna be. Those are the people that your mastermind, your mastermind coalition, the people that you reach out to get feedback from. Make sure that the people that are in your circle are feeding you. Make sure that the people that are in your circle believe in you. Make sure the people that are in your circle are pushing you forward, even if they're not doing or don't fully see what it is you're doing. Without people like that, you hear a lot of times when people say, oh, it's my team, artists, and we go out do music. So artists, you hear artists get awards, and they'll say, I couldn't have done this without my team. It's more than just you, right? Those people that you keep in your circle, those people that feed you thoughts, give you ideas and inspiration, if they're not in line with you and your goals and your purpose, they're holding you back. Don't matter how much you love them. That hurts, right? It doesn't matter how much you love them. It doesn't matter how much they love you. Sometimes them loving you the way they do is the reason that they'll hold you back. Not even trying to, but just being afraid for you. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that the people that you have in your circle that you're sharing your thoughts and your ideas with and your time with are also feeding you what you need, pushing you, being the shoulder that you can lean on when you get in the valleys, because everything's not always going to be a peak, and the valleys usually last a little bit longer than the peak. So make sure that throughout your valleys and at your peaks, these people are saying the same, that they're always consistently being what you need on your journey. Not just the ones that are there when you're at your peak, not just the ones that are there when you're in your valleys, because you're going to run across a lot of those too. People that when you're at your peak, they're always rocking with you. And when you're at your valley, they don't see you. And then there's people when you're at your valleys, they're trying to keep you there, and they never want to see you get to your peak. Be careful with the company that you keep. Make sure that the people around you, I keep saying it because it's that important, make sure that the people around you are really around you for you and are really adding value to you, just like hopefully you're adding value to them. The company you keep. Number 5, pitfalls to avoid. Let's talk about some positives. We come back, we're gonna talk about the positives on the next one, you know what I'm saying? So, we just got done tackling all the things, well, not all the things, but 5 major pitfalls to avoid. I didn't want to end the show on the pitfalls to avoid, right? So we're gonna do 5 major keys to success that I think are major keys to success. Before we get into that though, click the like, the share, and the subscribe, and the bing button to make sure you keep up with all the notifications whenever we drop something new, some new content, whether it's music, whether it's on a game or some merch. Do that. On the game. Keys to success. Number 1, dedication. Dedication, hard work plus patience, right? Rest in peace, Nip Hussle. Yeah, dedication is that important. You can't accomplish anything if you're not dedicated to it, right? So that's something that you got to practice. That's something that you have to you got to put it through the fire. You have to make sure that no matter what, you're being persistent. No matter what, you are seeing what you are envisioning, and then you're taking steps every single day to get towards it. No matter how many no's you get, no matter how many any of those type of responses that you get, you got to be dedicated. You know what I mean? You got to be dedicated and know that these long hours that I'm putting towards this, instead of going to the club or instead of hanging out with my friends all day, these long hours that I'm putting towards this craft are going to pay off. I don't know when, but they're going to pay off. That's the thing about dedication. There's no time limit on it. There's no, oh, if you're dedicated for 3 months, then everything's going to pop off. You don't know. It's all about just staying steadfast and just really pushing forward and not looking at the time, but enjoying the journey. It's that important to enjoy the journey, because that hopefully your journey is helping you build dedication, because throughout the journey you will, in these moments of being dedicated, you will get the little morsels and things that you need to keep you motivated, to be like, oh yeah, okay, I'm on the right path. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So push forward. Make sure that you're always staying dedicated. Make sure you're always staying consistent. Make sure you're always striving to give the best you that you can give, and then evolve while you're going through that, right? Don't stay the same, because in the process of being dedicated, I guarantee you're gonna figure out that there's some things that you should change about yourself, your approach, or whatever it might be. So stay dedicated, trust the process. That's also what that means. Trust the process. Stay dedicated. Number 1. Keys to success. Number 2, discipline. We just talked about dedication. Discipline is hand in hand with that. You have to be disciplined enough to stay punctual, have to be disciplined enough to practice this same thing over and over, especially when you're not seeing the results, right? You have to constantly understand that discipline isn't just saying you're gonna do something, but actually doing it when no one cares or when no one's paying attention. Discipline is getting up in the middle of the night and doing push-ups that you were supposed to do that day that you maybe procrastinated on and pushed off and almost forgot about it. But then thinking about it and saying, oh man, I forgot, and let me get to it right now. Discipline is one of the best things that you can do for your life, even if it comes down to small things like making your bed, right? Just every day, making your bed, to do it consistently, that it shows discipline. People go to the military. That's one of the biggest things they preach in the military, and that's part of the reason that their curriculum, if you want to call it that, is so rigorous, because having the discipline to push through those moments and to stay consistent throughout those moments shows character and builds character. That's what you need in order to build character. That's a big part of character, is discipline. You know what I mean? Are you disciplined enough to do what it takes all the time? Like I said, even when you're not getting the credit for it, even when you're not getting the instant gratification that we all love, are you disciplined enough to keep doing whatever it is? Are you disciplined enough to wake up at 7:30 every day and keep doing these things that you know internally are going to help you accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish? If you're not, you're probably not going to accomplish what you're setting out to accomplish. If you're starting and then all of a sudden stopping, and then you're starting again and then stopping, and you're not being consistent within your discipline, then you're shortchanging yourself. So, number 2, discipline. Make sure you stay at task. Make sure you keep grinding and pushing forward, and you will accomplish what you want to accomplish. Keys to success. Number 3, discernment. You know what discernment is? Discernment is the ability to read a room, read a person, the ability to see a situation and understand how to move within that situation, right? Someone comes into a room, they have not the best energy, being able to feel that and say, all right, I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. In a timely fashion and in an orderly fashion, and avoiding a situation. Meeting somebody, that might have a great idea and they pitch it to you and you listening to them, but being able to look at them, listen to them, and decipher what they're saying, decode their conversation in order to say, all right, this person is good for me, or what they're bringing to me, this could be a very good situation in the future or right now, and having the wherewithal, if you want to call it that, in order to say, I'm going to make this move, or I'm not going to make this move right now. And then being right, because it's not just about guessing, it's about, like I said, actually having that intuition to be like, to look at a situation and be like, okay, I know that based off of these things right here, or these criteria that I have set for myself and my vision or my process, I know that this person or this situation meets all of these. These are the pros, these are the cons. Being able to know that this person that you're talking to, no matter how good this situation sounds, know that the energy or the vibe just isn't sitting right. It's just not moving right. And being able to be adult enough. I don't know if that's the proper way to say it, but being able to be, adult enough to say, hey, thank you for all your information and everything. I'm gonna check it out. Or, I just don't wanna do that. I don't think that fits in with my plan or my process right now, and being able to walk away from that. So discernment is an important key to have, even when it comes to picking your team. If you don't have the power of discernment, you can't possibly put the right people around you. You'll end up like Tekashi 6ix9ine. Discernment. Make sure that you're exercising that skill. That was number 3. Keys to success. Number 4, in my opinion. Playing your position. That's big. Everybody wants to be the man or the woman, right? Everybody wants to be the one that, mostly everyone wants to be the one that the focus is on. You want to feel like all the attention is on you. You're exactly what you believe you are, and you can do whatever it is that you set out to do. That's fine. That's cool. But you got to play your position. Every great leader was once a great follower. That is real. People don't just jump out leading. You have to learn how to lead. And how do you learn how to lead? By watching another leader, by following another leader, by being able to see or be a part of their journey and be able to see some of their faults or some of their greatest attributes and being able to adopt or correct them, on your journey when you're building your own philosophy, right? Playing your position is important. You're not always, everyone wants to be the king or the queen, like I said, but you're not always in a position to be able to mentally handle that, right? Not everyone can be the king or queen because they can't make proper decisions that are going to be in the best interest of everyone. So sometimes you just have to be a great ass pawn. Sometimes you got to be a real smooth rook. Sometimes you got to be a real sturdy castle. Play your position. You know what I mean? Because everybody can't be the king or the queen all the time. But understand, while playing your position, eventually you might be able to get across that board and pick the piece that you want to be, right? If you make it to the end as a pawn, if you make it through all the melee and the mayhem and you get to the end, you might be able to say, all right, boom, I want to be the queen right now. I want to be the king right now. I want to be a rook because I don't even want the responsibility of the king or the queen, right? I want to be able to move a certain way. Those things are important. So love playing your position. Love whatever position that you're in and play it to the best of your ability. You doing that is what's going to get you into the position that you might have always longed to be in. Even if you're in the position you already were longing to be in now, play your position to the best so you can keep it. Because there's always somebody right behind you, somebody under you, somebody with a new idea that might be a little better than yours. Play your position, man. Stop trying to be a bunch of big eyes, a bunch of kings in the, what they say, there's too many cooks in the kitchen. Can't have that. You know what I mean? Everybody can't be a leader. Everybody can't be a big eye. So play your position, love playing your position, and you're gonna grow. And from that, become who you wanna be. That was key to success 4. Let's go to 5. Keys to success 5. I have to do it for 55th. All right, keys to success 5. Confidence. In order for me to even do this right now on camera, that's in confidence, right? Because you gotta have that. Confidence has to exude. Confidence is so many things other than just feeling like you can. Confidence is the way you speak, the way you interact, how you look at someone, how you shake their hand, how you move within a room, right? The things that you're not afraid to say, even if it's against what the masses in the room or in the area believe in or are discussing or whatever the case may be. Confidence to be yourself. That's huge. That's what people have the most trouble with, is being themselves. Because there's so many things you can draw from and try to add to you, or it's so easy to become who you need to be in specific situations, right? but it's super hard to always stay you. It's easy as hell to be the quiet person in the room. It's easy as hell to be the loud person in the room, or whatever it is, because the room is like that. Can you be the quiet person in the loud room? Because that's just who you are. Can you be the loud person in the quiet room? Because that's just who you are. Are you confident enough to be you at all times? Confidence is the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing. All these things we've been talking about, I feel like confidence, because confidence is the one thing that spreads. It's infectious. It's like AIDS. It touched you, it got you. If I walk in here and you could have heard my music and I wasn't in the room, and maybe you didn't like it, but I walk in here and I perform these songs for you with this swagger and this confidence that I have, all of a sudden you finding things in that shit that you like. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden you in that mug like, because I believe in it. It's that serious. Make sure you always have the utmost confidence. Make sure that you believe in yourself more than anyone, anywhere. Make sure that when you walk into a spot, the confidence that you have, and it's not about cockiness. It ain't about walking in and saying, I'm the best, I'm the best. Those are two totally different things. Confidence is just like I said, how you carry yourself, being able to walk into a spot and let people see that, man, when you walk past them, that glow, that energy is so powerful. So when you have great confidence like that, people will feel that. People will feel that in how you look at them and how you interact with them. So keep your confidence on 1,000 all the time. Fuck what everybody say. Fuck what everybody think. Stay confident. Key to success. Number 5. Well, there you have it. My 5 keys to success and my 5 pitfalls to avoid. Hopefully that helped you. Hopefully that enlightened you on this Wake Up Wednesday. Hopefully it's something that you can add to your toolbox. My wife always says, add something to your tool belt or to your toolbox. Hopefully that stuff helps you on your journey. Things to avoid, make sure that you avoid them. I'm only telling you because I've experienced them. The keys to success, make sure you adopt them. Again, I'm only telling you because I've experienced them. I know that they work. So, with that being said, I'd like to thank all you guys for tuning in with me and tuning in with us on this lovely Wake Up Wednesday. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow for the Youth Thursdays. Make sure that you follow me on all social media platforms. You know what I mean? The Real OG Grip everywhere. The Real OG Grip. All one word. You know how it has to be. Make sure that if you're looking at the merch or looking for the merch or the music, you go to unstableintellect.com and follow unstableintellect.com on IG. Click the like, the share, the subscribe, and that bing. So that way you can keep up with all the notifications at 6 p.m. Midwest Central Time every Tuesday. IG Live. We got great topics we're discussing all the time. Make sure you tune in. I'm OG Grip. You've been watching Only Game, where it's only game all the time. I appreciate y'all, man. Hope that helps y'all. Much love.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is. I can teach you how to stack a honey.